This is the War Brief Daily for August 25th, 2026. I'm Nate Mercer. Tonight, the lead development is a confirmed projectile strike on a Saudi-linked tanker in the Red Sea. We're also tracking a dispersed RSF drone wave over Sudan and a notably thin but still active picture from Ukraine and the wider Middle East. No spin, no noise, just intel. First, the Red Sea. UK Maritime Trade Operations reports that a tanker roughly 63 nautical miles west of Yanbu, Saudi Arabia, was hit by an unidentified projectile on August 24. The impact started a fire on the vessel's main deck. UKMTO says the crew is safe and there's no reported environmental damage. Saudi shipping company Bahri separately confirmed that its Saudi-flagged tanker Amzan was involved in the incident and that all personnel are safe. So the core event is confirmed by both maritime authorities and the operator. A tanker was hit, a fire followed, and the crew survived. What is not independently confirmed is the weapon or the attacker. Yemen's Houthi movement claims it struck Amzan with a ballistic missile. That remains a combatant claim. Public reporting does not yet establish the projectile type, the extent of damage, or whether the tanker can continue its voyage without restriction. That distinction matters. No sinking has been confirmed. No casualties have been confirmed, but a successful hit on a Saudi-linked energy carrier still changes the risk calculation. Tankers do not need to be lost to impose cost. Rerouting, higher insurance premiums, escort requirements, and delays all add friction to regional energy logistics, and that changes the math. The Houthis also claim they targeted a Saudi military landing ship and 4 patrol boats near Mocha with several ballistic missiles. At this point, that is single-side reporting. There is no Saudi confirmation, no coalition statement, no UKMTO notice, and no independently verified evidence of contact, damage, or casualties. Treat it as an emerging claim, not a confirmed naval engagement. What to watch in the Red Sea is straightforward. Saudi official confirmation, follow-on maritime security advisories, ship tracking disruptions, and imagery that could show whether this was an isolated strike or part of a broader effort against both commercial and naval targets. Second, Sudan. Sudanese military and local reporting on August 24th described air defense engagements against what they called a large number of Rapid Support Forces drones. The reported target areas were spread across Khartoum, Omdurman, and Khartoum North, plus El Obeid, Atbara, and El Damer. Here's the short version. This appears to be a coordinated multi-city drone wave, but the exact number of drones, their payloads, the intercept rate, and any successful impacts remain unclear. Sudanese forces reported engagements. That does not mean every drone was confirmed destroyed. Operationally, the significance is the geographic spread. A dispersed drone campaign forces the Sudanese armed forces to divide radar coverage, air defense weapons, command attention, and ammunition across the capital region and key transport or logistics nodes. Even a limited number of cheap drones can create an expensive defensive problem. Separately, a local NGO reported that an RSF-attributed attack on Arda killed at least 14 people and wounded dozens. A credible regional outlet carried the report, but the exact timing, weapon system, tactical objective, and independent attribution are still limited. This is best understood as a reported civilian impacting attack, not a fully reconstructed battlefield event. The next indicators from Sudan are damage assessments around airfields, power infrastructure, and transport routes, along with any evidence that the RSF can sustain coordinated long-range drone operations. Now, the theaters where the evidence does not support a bigger headline. Ukraine remains an active war zone. Ukrainian reporting continues to describe heavy fighting, including pressure around Pokrovsk, and the front remains active across its roughly 1,200-kilometer length. But within this specific reporting window, there is no discrete strike, territorial change, or other battlefield event that is both clearly time-stamped and independently verifiable. We're not going to pad the brief with recycled claims or vague interception numbers. The same applies to Israel, Gaza, Lebanon, Iran proper, the Strait of Hormuz, Taiwan, the South China Sea, and the Korean Peninsula. That is not evidence those theaters are quiet. It means the material review does not clear the threshold for a confirmed new kinetic development in this window. So, what matters next? Watch for confirmation and follow-on attacks in the Red Sea, damage reports and additional drone activity in Sudan, and properly time-stamped official military updates from both Ukraine and Russia. That's your War Brief Daily for August 25th, 2026.